live? That's not good. It's not detecting the game. Ooh, that's not a good sign at all. That's a very bad sign. What's wrong with you? Why are you not detecting the game? Ooh. Oh, did that do it? Maybe? Oh, hey, I think that did it. Okay, good. That seems to have worked. Awesome. Alright, it is operational. We are good to go. Okay, so there's no one in here right now. It's only me. That's fine. That was expected. First stream and all that. However, this is going to be a series. This is going to be the first part. I'm going to play through Subterrain, as you can see, the game, in its entirety. Start to finish. If anyone joins, that's great. If not, well, this is going to be on the archive over on the YouTube channel. So, it'll exist. I have not beaten the game. I did a part playthrough of it once upon a time. Didn't beat it. Got about halfway and then I was like, just kind of faltered off. Never finished it. Regret that now, but oh well. Means that I don't know the ending of it, so that'll be fun to figure out with you guys. I'm going to be starting a new game. I am tempted to do hardcore. Very tempted. However, seeing as though this is a full playthrough, I should probably do normal. We will do normal. Alright. Lovely. Okay, we'll do the one that literally has almost 2 days in it.
The fourth planet in the solar system, Mars. Humanity's first colony on Mars, MPO. MPO is a new hope for thousands of people seeking a fresh start. I didn't get one though. For over 15 months, I've been confined in MPO's prison, Block B05, Cell 6. My name is, well, was Dr. Albert West. It's just West now, at least to the guards. A lab accident granted me a new title, murderer. I was thrown in here right after. That's all in the past. I've got worse problems now. My rations have run out. The guards are missing. Emergency power's still on. I've been stuck in here for a week. I still can't figure out what happened. When this began, my cell was never open for the day's morning head count. After several hours, my tray slot opened up. It was the guard, Hank. His eyes were strange. I could tell something horrible was going on. There will be a transfer today. Be ready at 1700 hours. And take this. It'll be your only meal today. I heard shuffling and whispering through the slot. I couldn't make out what they were saying. My tray slot closed abruptly without another word. A prisoner transfer? And what was going on with Hank's eyes? For a brief moment, I had forgotten I was hungry at all. A siren went off.
Attention, all prisoners. Cells will be opened one at a time. Follow the guards and obey their instructions. Prisoners that fail to comply will be executed on the spot. Cell block B05 is first.
I heard the unmistakable rumble of cell doors opening through the walls.
Cell 1. Cell 2. Cell 3. Cell 4. Cell 5.
Next was my cell. I was ready to get out of here.
Cell 6.
Suddenly, darkness. It was completely silent. I peeked through the gap in the door, but the hall was empty. The guards were gone. The emergency power finally kicked in. The air duct's fans started spinning again, but the door didn't budge. I was stuck. I've tried yelling, pounding, clanking my can. No one's coming. My last resort is the air duct. The fan's barely spinning. Maybe it's safe to pass through by now. I don't have a choice. I can't hold on for much longer. I have to survive. If only to see her one more time.
There we go. Left for Dead. Alrighty. God, how long have I been in here? Must have been days since I've eaten last. My head feels like it's about to pop, and my tongue feels like a dry hunk of beef jerky. I can barely stand, but I've got to drag myself up one more time. I can't let it end here. I've got to at least try. Obviously, the door's not something I can pry open by myself in this state. The vent is the only option at this point. The air circulation fan is slowing down, so there's a chance the anti-tampering measures don't have enough juice to be an issue anymore. Should be easy enough to force the vent open if I'm not getting shocked. I better get moving. If emergency power fails, I'll be dead before I can even figure out what's going on. And just like that, we are in the game. We are locked in our cell right now, and oh, it is showing me controls. I think I know how they work still. Yes, you can drag stuff too. That's cool. As you can see, door is not working. We are trapped. The only way is through this vent. Hold right mouse button to drag objects. Press E to loot them. I think, was it Z, C? Nope. That was the nightlight equipped down here. And then E, down here in the vents. Yes, the light. So right now we're going to try and find our way out of the prison area. Ah, it was Q. Interactable items show up with green. Right here we can sleep on it. See down here, there are 3 conditions: fatigue, thirst, and hunger, so you gotta manage those aspects as well. Fatigue goes up, and they all go up naturally. Health, and this is stamina. This will go down as I sprint and do various other actions. Oh look, taco bar. As you can see right here, everything has a weight system as well. This is our current weight. Oh no, that's the drawer's weight, sorry. I'll figure that one out later. Anyways, we have weight. This can be eaten, minus 30% hunger, but see how it says it can be contaminated? There's infection going around. If I eat that, it will... You see that contamination value down there? 0? If I eat that, it will give me a contamination value. When I have that, it will slowly tick up over time, and I will suffer negative effects, mostly in the form of death, eventually. Amusingly enough, it doesn't have to go to 100 to kill you. It can go to about 25 until it starts actively killing you. So not cool. I found it out the hard way. Didn't kill me, but came pretty close. Okay, so this is the map. As you can see, there's various icons on here. Doors that can't be opened, etc., etc. And we do not know the map. There's a lot of information taken here. Fortunately, time stops, so I can explain this. This stuff is irrelevant right now. Actually, I'll explain this a bit later. Right now, we just have to get out of here. That's the first order of business. This is the original cell down here, and we cannot get into these other ones. Someone had a bad day over here. Amusingly enough, his cell's also malfunctioning. Not sure how he got on the floor. Ground items. Yep. This is purified water. This will take care of the first entirely. I'm going to wait. See how it is minus 70% thirst. I'm going to wait until it hits 70 to take it. Its CO is intact, which means by drinking this, I cannot get contamination, which is good. Basically your first go-to whenever possible. Unless you're already contaminated, which it doesn't even matter at that point then. We're going to try to loot more. More stuff is good stuff. I don't think I went down here ever. Oh, I don't know what's down here. I'm probably gonna get myself killed if I try doing this. Okay, we're not gonna do that anymore. Not until we find a weapon. I've never actually gone down those vents before. Okay, so we're gonna go do a normal route. We're going to try to find an exit and a weapon. Weapons are important. They make me not dead. Or at the very least prevent things that are trying to kill me and make them dead instead. Oh. Yeah, that looks like it might have been a security guard just by the outfit. Yeah, well, holy crap, indeed, that's a lot of blood. And are these? Looks like maggots or something. Okay then. Ah, yes, the inventory system. No, he will not. So this is a small side bag. It has a capacity of 48 items and has a weight of 22 kilograms. There are two aspects to the inventory system here. One is the number of items you can carry and the weight. If either one exceeds, you cannot pick up any more stuff. So say, for example, I have 47 items, and the weight is like, I don't know, 15 kilograms. I can only pick up one more different type of item, even if it doesn't exceed the weight. And the same is vice versa. I could have like 24 capacity out of 48, but I could be like 21 kilograms. That means I can only pick up 1 kilogram more until I can't pick up anything else. So, gotta manage that as well. As you can see here, it's also got different tabs: equipment, medical, food and drink, miscellaneous, materials, and key cards. Key cards basically. Very important. Looks like a blood trail actually. Facilities in disrepair as well. How long was I locked up there? I think it was like a week or something? I'm not sure. Let's keep looting real quick. Nothing. Oh, 2 prisoners or 1? These doors are locked, so they require. Hold up, see if I can pop that again. Keycard require hacked keycard class C. So there's different type of keycards in the world. These are just generic keycards. I think it's like A, B, and C. I think that's the only ones there are. So they can only be opened with those generic keycards. Some doors require very particular type of keycards that you can't get anywhere else besides the place that they spawn in. Other ones are just found randomly, such as the Class C. This guy is been destroyed by something. Preferably not going to be our fate, but, well, that might happen at some point. Preferably not anytime soon, or ever. Yeah, preferably never. No guarantees though, need a weapon first though. Well, okay, tells us to lock doors now, a little too late. This is a Class B now. Still generic keycard. Secure room for the guards. Guard probably dead. Ah, a log. That's one of the special story things. And the baton. And there you go. Hacked keycard Class B. This is a guaranteed spawn since it's basically the starting area. You have to. There's nowhere to go. I need to equip that baton down here. It has, here's the stats right here, 20 to 45 damage per hit. The knockback is decent. My guy's getting thirsty now. Critical chance is 20%. It's not bad. Durability is about halfway, a little over. Researchable tech. We'll get to that later. Right now, we're actually going to double-click on this and see what it tells us. As you can see up here, the journal, which can also be used by J, I believe. Yep. And here is that log. Outbreak Response Plan 11B Status Update, April 15th, 2053. Attention all security staff. The following is a status update regarding 11-B. 92% of MPO's population is infected with the unknown agent. Infected can be identified by bioscan or rudimentary metal detector test if scanning equipment is unavailable. The survivors that were ordered to report to the security staff at Murray Space Center had made it there safely. According to their last report, there were 134 uninfected individuals, including security staff. MPO's emergency response team meeting was presided by 7 surviving council members. The present council members unanimously voted to shut down power for the entire city, excluding Murray Space Center and MPO prison. Evacuation plans for the prison have been approved. The remaining staff and prisoners are to load onto trams and rally at Murray Space Center. Once at Murray, staff and prisoners will be assigned to a shuttle. Proper safety procedures must be followed. All security staff and prisoners must wear proper IEVA suits before boarding shuttles, and NAVCOM diagnostics must be run before takeoff. Once approved for takeoff, all shuttles are to dock with Mars Orbital Station and await further instructions. Prisoners must be transported to Murray Space Center by 2300 hours tomorrow and are to be handled with extreme caution. Some of them were serving sentences for murder. They are not to be left unsupervised. Again, do not leave any prisoner unsupervised during the transfer. If we closely follow protocol, we could very well avoid a complete catastrophe. James Warlick, Director of Security. Okay, so what that basically tells us is that the place we're in right now, MPO Prison, and the Murray Space Center are the only places in this entire place that have power. Lovely. That's why we probably haven't suffocated to death or froze. Yeah, this is bad. This isn't good. Yeah, a lot of people are dead. I'm not even sure if the prison transfer carried through. For all I know, they could have just died right here. Well, no, actually, it said 134 did in fact make it, but this might have been the last wave that was going. I don't know. Fact of the matter is, they're dead, I'm alive, and I gotta get out of here. But before we do that, looting is to be had, because we're not gonna get very far without stuff. More death. Lots more death. This is a hallway with more death. Is this a good idea? Yeah, it's a perfect idea. Yeah, sure. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Thirsty, minor dehydration. It will be fine. We will not die. Unless we let it get really high. Then we'll probably start dying. That right there is not a person. That is a bad thing. That is one of the infected persons. Oh, you're booking it. I've actually not seen you before. I guess it's a security guard of sorts. Okay, cool. Alright, he is dead and he dropped something. And yes, he did disintegrate. Interesting indeed. This right here is an infected nail. Now, the only thing infected body parts are useful for is the recycle yield, which you can only get from infected body parts. In this case, we will get osseous extract when recycled. We will go ahead and pick this up. There are 2 of them, I think. That means 2, right? Yeah, it's 2. It's 2, right? Or am I being a dumbass? We're gonna say that's 2, and then if that's not 2, we will correct that later. We will pick that up because, again, the only way to get that is from killing the infected, which, yeah. That can be difficult, depending on what you're fighting. And it's not always guaranteed that they'll drop, so we'll totally take in the initial stages. Here is where we get a gun and a power pack. You must have a power pack to use a gun. Understandable. We also have stun grenades, 2 of them. Yes, that is in fact how many. Cool, cool. Nice, another weapon. Yes, I do appreciate the guns. And this particular gun is an SMG. As you can see, it shoots at a decent rate. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's not bad. Can I accept that? Yes, you can. Power pack down here, 312 out of 750. This thing will use 1 energy per shot. What's its durability? Pretty decent. Then less stun grenades. We will actually put that over on the hotkey 1, so I can use that just by pressing 1. Fun fact, I don't ever use grenades, so that's probably not going to happen for a little bit, unless I start getting swarmed. There we go, hacked key card, class A. So that's probably for this door right here, because the other ones are class C. And there we go. I've kind of memorized what you can loot and what you can't. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm getting everything and not missing anything. Open that up and start moving out. This time with a beautiful SMG, which Yeah, it's just got a slow fire rate, but it'll work. Let us go. Alright, we have just gone up the stairs, so we're in a lower area, and a log entry just popped up. These can pop up when you basically reach certain points of the world. It just helps progress the story along. I made it to the administrative level of the prison, but I haven't seen a single person. Well, no one that's still breathing anyway. The administrative area is where visitation and clerical work of the prison takes place, but it's also the main entrance to the prison. I was carted in here by the tram. I wonder if it's still operational. I might want to check out the oxygen and thermal regulation systems while I'm here too. Chances are, I'll need to know what those look like if I ever need to do repairs. From the look of this place, though, all hell's broken loose. I don't think there will be any guards in here considering what I've seen so far. Hopefully there's still a weapon laying around here somewhere in case whatever's done this is still lurking around. I hope security measures aren't online anymore. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Well, double-edged sword. If the thing that is here, that did this, is still here, the security systems will, of course, probably take care of it. If not, they're gonna take care of me. That's gonna be unfortunate. Gotta keep moving. Be careful when opening doors because monstrosities on the other side. And now we get to start going different ways. We will open the closest one first. Okay, so telling us the power pack. This is a power station. There's some of these on the floors. Basically go up to it, hold down E, and it will charge the power pack. Wait until it's full. There we go. It is now full. Awesome stuff. Looks like it... is that damage? Or is it just normal? I don't know. Might be damage. That thing still works, so I'm good. Power pack. Standard flashlight. I will not lie. I did not find one of these things until about halfway through the game. Like... I had already gone to several areas. I was basically using the glow stick. It was absolutely horrible. It sucks. It was so bad. I couldn't see anything. So fighting this right at the bat is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, glow stick. Oh, sorry. Sorry, glow stick. We will not be using you indefinitely like we did last time. I get a flashlight now. The coil. I'm going to be taking that for now, since I don't have any stuff in my backpack. I will drop stuff as required later. The corpses in the hallway does not reassure me. I think this is the way we're supposed to go. We're actually going to double back real quick. Fatigue is going up, and I don't know. Does it go up? I don't know if it goes up faster or while you sprint. Ooh, we got friends on the other side. Prisoner looks of it. And they dropped two things. They dropped blood sample C and an infected tongue. That yields blood extract, and that yields infected tissue extract. This is the visitation area. Okay, so this is an optional area. Aw. Sorry, man. Okay, so this is a optional area. I don't know if there's anything in these places. I don't actually remember. It's been a while, but I'm going to quickly check them. And we're going to move on. Yeah, well, definitely an infected prisoner. Unfortunate, but, well, necessary. There's a security room, unoccupied, door is closed. The shield. Yep, you can use a shield and hold down the right mouse button to reduce damage incoming to you. I think, yep, it does slowly drain power, and I think it drains even more when you actually get hit. Honestly, I never really use a shield. I just try to avoid getting hit, period. If I do get hit, my contamination will start going up. As soon as I get hit, it will start. You can negate this by, well, not getting hit, but that's unavoidable at some point. You're just going to start taking loads of damage, and you're just going to start tanking it. But at that point, you should be fine on supplies to deal with the contamination level. Right now, we do not have anything like that. So let's prefer to not get hit. Dead. Several ways. We're going to open this one up. This looks like a trash area. Trash areas are actually decent because of the recycle yield they give. Again, I will show you that when we get to it. I didn't actually open that. There we go. Rotten food scraps. These are, as far as I can tell, these are essentially junk. They don't do anything at all, so I don't pick them up. These I will though. Breaching. More trash. Take that, because I don't plan on ever coming back here. Ever. Empty balls are great, because look at that recycle yield for very low weight. Oh yeah, the instincts are coming back. Open door, immediately back away. Yeah. Instincts, alright. Open this up. Bathroom zombies, I remember. Or bathroom infected. I don't even know if they're zombies per se. I think they're just infected. A key card, that's nice. That's one of the random drops. Ooh, there we go, Class C. We will not be using that on the doors prior. We will be using it for anything else we encounter. Key cards are great because they do take up one of these slots, but they weigh nothing, so they don't add to the weight capacity. Foundation, we're just going to take everything for now. Simply because we can, we'll drop when we need to. More death, that's cool. Curling iron, ooh. High weight, low yield. Sure, we'll take him. Muscle Max. I think that's our first, unless we pick something up. Nope, that's the first medical. Muscle Max. A steroid for pumping up muscles. After use, it boosts melee damage for a short time. I never use this, ever. Basically what I do is I stick with the guns and I keep my distance. If you're going into melee, it's a bad day. Stick with your guns at all point in time. Roasted beef, I believe, yep, it is sealed and it's better than the chocolate bars. We'll be taking chocolate bars as an emergency food source, but it should not be a problem. Vita D, another thing to drink that isn't contaminated, which is good. You're pretty thirsty? You'll be fine. 10 more. I don't know when it starts killing him. It does start killing him at some point. I don't remember what. Vending machines. You can sometimes get Vita D out of these. So I want to start looting. Sleeping. Yes, we will not be sleeping here, however. This is a bad place to sleep, as you can obviously tell. There are monsters just roaming the hallways. The infected. Of once was. Another bag. We will just... we'll take the bag for now. It doesn't do anything for us since we already have it, but... see how it says researchable tech down here. We can research that. In order to research stuff, it must be broken down. So it's basically a free item to research with. Here, we get our first suit. We're starting to get hungry too. We will actually go ahead and eat... no, I thought that was a 50. Never mind, we will not eat that. Now, we have just gotten the first suit. This is better than our prisoner jumpsuit, obviously. It's got physical... alright, those stats right there. Resistance physical resistance, basically how much damage reduction you take. Life support 20%. I think that's a modifier to oxygen and thermal, but we don't have that yet. Mobility 100%, pretty good. Durability about a little less than half. Yeah, not exactly half. A little. By doing that, we also get an extra slot down here that we can equip something on. I don't know what we're going to do with that. Not sure. Also, our MPO suit, prison suit was about to break. And this suit overall is just better. So very good. We have another one here. We will use that for the researchable tech later. And more recycling materials. These things will... I'm going to cover this real quick right now since I'm picking up all this trash. You're like, okay, what does all this stuff do? We will be recycling all of this for the yield that it will give us. This is the only way to acquire resources in the game. You must recycle this stuff. We will then repurpose these materials to create other things that are more useful to our current situation, instead of having a broken PTC or a torn doll or, God forbid, shampoo. We do not need that. That will not help us live. Weapons and supplies, and we can't manufacture food. In a way we can, but not recommended. Go in here, check real quick. Okay, yeah, we can do these. Pick them up. We are still fine. We are starting to near the max carry capacity for this bag, however. So, at some point, we're going to have to start dropping stuff. Come on. There we go. Keep an eye on the thirst as well. Necklace hand mirror. Continue to loot. More loots, more loots. Okay, cool. Only room for 8 more items, even though our weight is a little over halfway. We can only hold 8 more type of items. Items do stack, however. It only counts if it takes up a new slot right here. Like if it goes down here for a new type of item. We can add as many watches as we want to until it adds up to that weight. However, we can only take 8 more different types of items. We will check this door real quick. It's a Class B. We only have a Class A and a Class C. We cannot open that yet. I hear nothing on the other side. And there we go. Grenades. These photon grenades are the ones I actually use. These things just... The stun grenades will naturally stun. The photon grenades actually blow up. They act more like a normal frag grenade. Got hiccups. That's lovely. Why do I have rotten food scraps in my inventory? Doesn't care about that, so we're gonna drop those. Jeff Murray figures these things are great. Very high yield right there. For one, it is 15 of that and very low weight. I love taking those whenever possible. Open up. Another slaughter. And this is glass. Glass, is, as far as I know, is indestructible. Nothing can hurt us. We can view whatever's on the other side and not have to worry about trying to murder us, which is nice. There we go. Keycard, prison gate. I'm guessing that this door is locked or something. One of these doors is locked or something. And we're going to need that to open it. That is one of the special keycards that aren't just generic like this. Alrighty. We also picked up a gun part. We can use this to craft a gun. Actually, shoot. We might be able to. No, we have 2 heat sinks. These things require a heat sink, which goes on... No, it goes on the back, duh. And then we need something else. I don't remember because I'm a dumbass. But that's fine. I don't need to be smart, right? Actually, here's an easy thing. What are you? You know what? We're at full, so, yep. No more looting for me. Well, no, that won't stop me from looting. We will take the second gun. We'll put it down there. We will not take anything else. This is the part... I'm tempted to take that. What else do we have nearby? A hairdryer. We'll be taking the core part, and we're going to leave all the rest of the loot. We have nothing, so every piece of loot is valuable to us. I saw a yellow one. Where'd the yellow one go? Did I just lose the yellow one? Oh, no, it's down here. Ah, yes. Assembling weapons. Do I actually get the weapon parts? No, I get a crowbar. I don't want a crowbar. I'll stick with my baton, man, because I'm never going to use said baton. Alrighty, main gate. This one is already open. This is not the one we require the card for. I'm going to guess this is going to be this last door right here. Yep, red. And it requires the prison gate card. Lots of death. Heading to Central. I finally made it to the prison's rail station. Incredibly, there was a fully operational tram. It never left for wherever it was headed. I guess the evacuation never made it past this station. Power seems to be flowing to the prison district, but there's no telling how long it'll be before it gets knocked out. Or if whatever did this will be back. I don't want to find out. Central Control was the heart of MPO, so there's probably plenty of supplies I can gather there. Maybe even other survivors I can make contact with. And perhaps something to eat too. We have plenty of things to eat from the looting we have just done. And as you can see, he's very shocked that it's still operational. In fact, in his situation, he is very lucky. The odds of this being operational and conveniently at the prison were very low. Here is the map. We can go anywhere we want. We could, well, not right now. We must go here for right now. But then once we do that, we'll be able to go anywhere we want. Now, we're currently here at the MPO prison. We need to go to Central Station, Central Control. The duration will be 1 hour and 40 minutes in-game time. And here is the global infection level. I'll go and explain this very quickly. These little bars right here are the individual sector's infection level. Right here, it has no bar. No bar, because we killed all the infected that were in this location. You can reduce the infection levels by doing this. You can basically go to a location, kill whatever's in the location, and it will go back down to nothing. The higher the infection level, the more dangerous it is, and eventually, if it gets high enough, the infection level will actually start to spread to the other places. So you start getting a cascading effect. Basically, one gets overrun, and the others start to get overrun too, and it's just a cascading effect. It's absolutely horrible. You don't want that to happen, but it probably will. This is the infection rate. This is particularly for MPO prison. The infection rate is determined by several things. One, local infection. This is a base flat rate. This will not change at all. The oxygen level. Right now, the oxygen is 100%. Basically, you can make this better by increasing the oxygen level to stop the infection. The infection doesn't like oxygen, and oxygen slows it down. Temperature, 26, is 20 degrees Celsius. I don't know if we increase that or not, but as far as I know, the infection doesn't like hot temperatures. I think it's very cold temperature based, so the lower the temperature is, the better the infection thrives. Regional spread is 0 because none of these things have gotten out of hand. If they do, they will also add to how fast the infection rate is. Very bad. So, right now, we are going to go to Central Control. And it's going to take us 1 hour and 40 minutes game time, so they give us a nice convenient option of speeding up by 48 times. So we're going to do this, let it wait, probably get out and then immediately drink before I start dying of thirst, because that would be very bad. And here we are. We are at Central Control. Journal has been updated. The tram brought me to Central Control without any issues. Everything seems fine. It's rather odd, actually. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect when I arrived, but I didn't expect silence. Central tends to be swarming with people, hovering over terminals, talking through the corridors, guards posted up at doorways. Instead, it's a ghost town. The good news is that the oxygen generator seems to be running, otherwise I would have suffocated as soon as I opened the tram doors. Hopefully, most of MPO is in similar shape. Maybe I can check the status of each district's life support systems somewhere in Central Control. First things first, I better check on the reactor. Central Control is where power is monitored and distributed through MPO. The reactor's in a secured area, but it's literally down the hall. I can easily access it should I need maintenance. I'll need to keep the reactor in working order, as the entire colony is dependent on the power supplied from this location to keep life support online. On top of that, the tram doesn't seem to be able to access any location that doesn't have power, so I'll have to keep that in mind. I should explore the area and search for supplies, but most importantly, I should look out for the power control console. It's got to be around here somewhere. Murray Space Center's lost power. But if I can reconnect it, I might be able to find a way out of here, or better yet, off Mars. What he's referring to by that is that Murray Space Station is not active. As such, their temperature and life support systems are down. As you can see here, Murray Space Station, better hurry this up. It is negative 40 degrees Celsius, pretty freaking cold. No oxygen at all. This is in turn affecting the infection rate. It's at 120 in comparison to over here where it's only 76. 30 for the oxygen level, 26 for the temperature, 50 for both. So very bad, not good. This can be fixed by restoring power to the space station center. However, it requires 5,000 of these power units. We'll cover that a little bit later. It'll probably tell us about that later. This right here, this is how we save. Yes, we're going to save the game now. That only really matters on hardcore. We can also save here since we're on normal. However, yeah. Alright, let's get to it. We're going to be here a lot. This is basically the home base. In here, this is where we can recharge our power, so we're going to do that very quickly for the power packs that we have scavenged up. You can also see there are oxygen and thermal charging stations. We will need both of those if we are going to places that lack oxygen and temperature. Very important. This room right here, this is going to be basically our bedroom. The bed over here. We will sleep here a lot. We have 3 Class B key cards over there. This is where we also have weapons. Lots of weapons too, in fact. Ooh. We will add that. We will also go through these weapons at a later date. Not right now though. Inventory is too full. We will take the broken scaffolds, seeing as we already have some. We do have space for one more item, but we will not mess with that just yet. We will... Beacons. It's telling us about beacon use. Do I even have beacons? Not yet, but they're probably in here somewhere. In fact... Come on. There we go. Oop, there we go. Beacons. And another power pack. Beacons, essentially you can throw them down. Let me demonstrate actually. This will be a test beacon. We will apply the data, we will close that out, and now we will look on the map, and as you can see, there is a beacon over here that says test. You can do this to mark anything of interest. I typically use this to mark loot locations, particularly like trash and stuff like that. But yeah, you can pretty much throw those anywhere. So we're gonna pick that back up. My bag is full since... Okay, cool, that works. We'll just leave it there for a little bit then. We will take the extra grenades, we will take the stun grenades. This right here is material storage. What this does is it's everything... We'll get to that later when I can explain it a little better. This room right here is all the production facilities. We will be in this room quite a bit. But we will cover that later. It is now time for my drinking. Purified water is now mine. This right here is the power control room. We won't be in there very often, just initially. I don't remember where the key card is, and I am full inventory. We are going to simply just... Ah, there we go. There we go. I need room. All these are locked too. This is locked. I went a wrong way. That's lovely. Off to a great start. Is that also? Oh, nope, that's not. I got a whiz. Yes. When you drink, you must go pee. We will do that later. Alrighty. Yep, we have found the thermal regulator. This beauty is in charge of keeping the temperature in order. If this thing was taken out, we will die. We will die. Do not take that out unless you have something to replace it with. Broken thermal regulators, useful. You will use these to research broken oxygen filter too. This is also used to restore oxygen to an area. And right here, this is the oxygen generator. It also uses an oxygen filter, just like the thermal regulator. And if you take this out, you will literally die. Don't do it. Oxygen canisters, well, fill these up, and these will keep you alive for a limited amount of time until they run out, and then you die. We have to go find that key card for the power control room, preferably the other doors too. This is the bathroom. In fact, while we're here, Very good. Now our person is fine. We will not loot these things yet. Not until we have the basic stuff unlocked, aka the key cards. Thing about this location, there are no infected here, so I can freely walk into these rooms without fear of being mauled to death upon entering them. There we go. The power control room keycard has been found. That is good. We're taking the stylus just for kicks. That's not actually a thing. That is a suitcase. This is medical stuff. These are very useful. Decontamination pills are what I'm mainly interested in. Bandages and medical kits and nanocasting kits. These things are just modifiers. These things, ooh, my bad. These 4 things will actually heal you. These are for repairing your health. These are for stopping bleeding, which you can, it's an injury modifier you can sustain if you get hit. Not good. These will lower the contamination level, which is very good. These will keep us alive. You will have contamination at some point. And these are for healing fractures, also very good. With a fracture, you can't sprint, and it is bad. And bleeding, you'll just bleed out and die. Alrighty. It looks like there's nobody here, living or otherwise. Everyone seems to have evacuated, and whatever did this isn't around either. I guess this place is safe, for now. I may as well set up my base camp here. This would be a good place to stage my escape. Fortunately for me, most of the important facilities for MPO are within walking distance of central control. I don't even need to power up those sections to reach them. I could probably reboot the 3D printer and other facilities at Nilsson Engineering and maybe even print out some supplies I need. Herbert Research, where I used to work, has research equipment I could use to feed instructions to the systems in Nilsson. I'll probably have to use the excavator at the mine to gather materials for the 3D printer. I should also check out the biosphere. I could probably use the agricultural systems there to supply the biocombiner at Nilsson Engineering, maybe even sustain myself. I should check out each location and see if I can figure out what's going on. At the very least, if I can get these facilities restarted, I can prepare myself for the worst. There are a few staircases leading to these areas, somewhere around here. I'm sure I'll recognize them again once I see them. We already passed those previously. They were right a little bit up north of the control room. More food. We will take that for now. Socks and another suit. I think we already have a suit in here. Yeah, we do. It's actually better durability. What's this one? Not good. We'll leave that there for now. Alrighty. Before we go open that door, we're going to go walk up here. And we're going to loot really quickly. A cafeteria. I don't believe there's anything here of interest besides recycling materials, but I don't have the space to do anything about that just yet. A trash room. These are beautiful. This is just a gold mine for recycling materials. Gonna go this way. That's the generator room. Also leads over there. We cannot get there right now. I run into vending machines because I am a dumbass. But that is fine. Alrighty. Power control room. Important. Here we go. This has got to be the power control console. As usual, there's no one here either. I should be able to control the flow of power for the colony status from here. Words! I should be able to control the flow of power for the colony from here, as well as monitor the generator's current status. The generator is not operating at full capacity, so I should be careful when connecting additional sectors to the power grid. I could overload the reactor if I draw too much power. If I do, it'll overheat and probably initiate an emergency shutdown sequence. That would be bad. I could end up stranded if I'm not careful, and what's worse, working oxygen filters and temperature regulators can't function without power. A blackout means certain death as far as I'm concerned. I can't just sit here though. I'll have to power up other locations to gather up supplies and gather information if I want to get out of here. There's a lot of consoles around here. If I search them, I might be able to find some information. Yeah, power's your lifeline. Without power, you're going to die. This is, after all, Mars, and, well, the environment outside is not hospitable to human life. Very bad for us if power ever goes out. Right here, we got 2 key cards, Herbert Research and Nielsen Engineering. Very important. Another one for Nielsen Engineering. We don't actually need to pick that up. That's a duplicate. Or... We'll pick it up just because there might be a second door that requires it. These cards are, of course, singular use. Ooh, takes up an entire slot too. Ugh. We will throw it in here for now. Another one for Herbert Research. Power console update, we'll take that. We will not use it just yet. The generator room, 2 of them. So that'll open both locked doors we found going to that room. Martin. Alright, so we found 2 logs as well. It's telling you about the power control console. Essentially, alright, let's do this real quick. This right here, this can power up a system and depower as well. These things are unpowered. As you can see, disconnected. We can turn them on. They're now connected, and they are now using the power usage. Right down here, this is how much usage is currently being used. Duh. And here's the capacity. This is how much it can sustain. If we look long enough... no. That thing will slowly go down. Up, there we go. It's going down slowly. Mainly because the reactor itself is damaged at this present point in time. It will constantly keep going down, and if this power usage goes over, there's an overheat risk. If that happens, there's a blackout, and we just straight up die, I think. Actually, I've never had it overheat. I'm typically good about managing power, so I don't know what happens. Let's say, for example, we do this. The overheat risk is now an 8.82% probability. We don't want that. That's bad. So we can't power up all these things. Also, take note, when I power these things up, it's stuck at negative 10 degrees Celsius and 50% oxygen. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not going up further. That means that the oxygen filter and thermal regulator are damaged in the area, and they will need to be fixed if they want to be restored to operating status. So if we go there, we better have the oxygen canister and thermal canister charged, or we will just straight up die. Not good. I am going to go do something really quickly. Are these things operational? They are. This is the MPO tech recycle system. This allows us to recycle the stuff into their base components. We're going to do this to free up inventory space really quickly. Just click on all of them. Recycle results. Those will get added to basically the inventory system here. Oop! I clicked on one of the power packs. Don't want to recycle those. Very bad. They're both researchable techs. I'm not going to get rid of those yet. I'm going to keep all these pieces since I can research them. Over here, this is the bio-recycle system. This will recycle our bio components, so the infected pieces that we collected, as well as other things that have to do with biological functions. That's the refining system for ores. That's the 3D printing system. That's good. That's how we make our stuff. Over here is the biocombining system. This creates medical supplies. We cannot create anything since we have researched nothing. This will also process crops that we can grow here. So we can also mine and we can also grow crops for resources. It's the bio research system. We will queue up the broken oxygen filter and the broken thermal regulator so that we can actually build functioning versions of these. In fact, if you look at the tooltip right there, researching this will allow you to create a functional filter and functional regulator. Very important. Actually, we'll just sure, we'll kill the muscle max as well. We're gonna be here for a little bit. We're also gonna go over here, and this is the tech research system. This researches tech components instead of the biological components over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw in the prison suit. We're going to throw in one of the colonist suits we've been lugging around. We're going to throw in the side bag. Going to throw in one of the power packs. Going to throw in that, and the heatsink. And that will now start researching all those components so that we can later manufacture those. In addition to being able to manufacture those, we also get upgraded versions come in as the system processes those. Just telling you about repairing. This right here is the nano reconstruction bay. We can repair our tools and armor and whatnot here. It has a repair speed of 1, maximum durability restoration 50%, so it can restore up to 50% of the durability of any item. And it can do 2 items at once. Unfortunately for us, our things are above 50%. Well, actually, that would be fortunately, so we cannot utilize it at this time. A lot of information to cover. This is the MPO mine extractor. It can extract ores. Right now we are limited to only nickel and limonite ores, and when refined, it yields titanium for the limonite and palladium for the nickel. We are going to go ahead and just queue up. We're not going to do a bulk order just yet. We're going to do 10 for each of them for right now and let that run. This is the biosphere accelerator. This grows crops. Right now we can only do grapes and tomatoes. For these, by the way, the ones that we can't do, we will need higher level software in order to make those. So right now, grapes and tomatoes it is. That is it. In theory, you could probably keep yourself alive forever, but that is... there's plenty of food. 1, there's plenty of food to go around. 2, all of these things are contaminated, which means if you eat them, you're going to start getting that contamination meter going up, and you're going to have to use a decontamination pill that we found once upon a time in one of the side rooms. So, not advised. We're going to go and queue up 10 of each and just leave it for a little bit. I don't need to go that way. This room is going to be very important. We're going to mainly be in those areas. We can go and pick these ones up since we already recycled all of our stuff. This is Nielsen Engineering. We pick up the key card for that. There we go. That now leads to Nielsen Engineering. We also found no thermal and oxygen canisters. We will take those. We're not going in it just yet. This is Herbert Research. Again, leads over to there. We will take this stuff as well. Now, Google Map. Herbert Research and Nielsen Engineering. They both have power, so actually, no. We cannot go in there without oxygen or thermal since their things are broken. That will probably hurt us pretty badly. We are, however, going to go into the generator room, which is going to be the lifeblood of the station and us. I know that's that card. Class A? Yeah, we can open that. We'll go and open these doors. This is also another charging area right here. This is also a nano reconstruction bay, so also useful. This right here, guy's getting tired. If you get too tired, your max stamina will go down and bad things will happen. It is recommended you get a lot of sleep or else you will function poorly, as in real life. Hunger is pretty bad too. We'll have to eat our can of beans at some point. What is it? No, roast beef. Good enough. This right here, this is the turrets. The security turrets are currently disabled. There's no threat detected nearby. Eventually, there are going to be infected sieges on this location that are going to attack the generator. When they do, you can activate the turrets and they'll provide an extra layer of defense. You don't have to have turrets, but it's recommended that you do have turrets. And now we enter the generator room. The generator. I found my way into the reactor for the colony. This power plant is one of humanity's most remarkable achievements. It's an inertia drive. Inertia drives run almost endlessly via a core inertia engine. While it doesn't generate quite as much energy as fusion-based technology, what it produces is clean, reliable, and endless. Without it, MPO would have never been founded in the first place. The guy that designed this thing must have been inspired. I still hardly understand how it works. What I can understand, though, is that it's been damaged somehow. I can't tell by looking at it directly, but the generator's status readout indicates that it's losing capacity at a constant rate. I don't think I'll be able to fix this. It looks like the generator's reactor modules are burning out due to the damage. The generator must have at least one operation module installed to prevent a meltdown. I might be able to find some spare modules around here somewhere, but I should plan on taking a core down to Herbert Research. Once there, I can see if the research machines can create a schematic that I can use to produce more in Nielsen Engineering. If power draw exceeds the generator's capacity, The generator's sure to fail. I should be okay for a while, but I need to figure out how to offset this. If I don't, it won't be long until there's only enough powerful central control. Which is bad. It means I can't go anywhere, nothing will be powered, I will die. The generator. The generator's capacity is determined by these reactor modules. As you can see, its durability is 663, and these will go down slowly. They can be repaired in the Nano Reconstruction Bay, but only to 50%. So you can keep yourself going, but eventually it'll become too much. This right here is a security turret. You can place a number of these around the place. There's also one right there. There are 4 around here, and there's like 4 in the corners over here. Each one of these corners containing 2 more of those reactor modules. Alright. So, going down here, radiation. While I was exploring the generator, I found hallways branching off in all directions. It seems containers of radioactive materials have been spilled. I shouldn't get any closer, or finding my way out of here will be the least of my problems. It's somewhat unsettling that all 3 hallways have had the same accident. Whatever the case, these hallways leave the generator vulnerable. There's no doors to close off should something come down this way. If you walk over here, you will instantly die. I found this out the hard way. Oh look, a spare reactor module. We will take that for now. There are 3 different hallways. One sec, let me pull up the map. 3 different hallways. These are where the attacks will come from when you do eventually get under siege. The mutants won't start, infected mutants, whatever you want to call it, won't start attacking until I think the infection level is around 25. So we got quite a bit of time before they decide to try and murder us. More radioactive barrels. And yet more radioactive barrels. We are going to fill up the oxygen containers that we have on our person, and thermal containers as well. Gonna have to switch them out again. And one last round. Do we have any more power packs? We have a single power pack. We're actually going to go ditch the glow stick somewhere. Here will do. Because we don't need that. We have a flashlight. We cannot get into the mine or the biosphere. However, we can use the facilities over here provided to us by them. If we were to turn off the mine and biosphere, production will be halted on the mine, excavator, and biosphere. This production tab, you can see everything you've queued up over in these facilities from here, which is good. You can also see the reactor status. There are 8 turret slots, as you can see right here. No turrets are in them, so they won't actually work. Turret status is over here. See the capacity, the usage, overheat probability, overheat limit. You have basically 3 hours to reduce the usage below the capacity, or it will overheat and you will die. The end. You can see the status of all the different modules here. We're actually going to go grab one of the modules from up here and exchange it with the one we picked up, since it's a full capacity one. So we're going to take this one, and we're going to insert the full capacity module. We're going to run down to the research area, and we're going to chuck it in there so that we can make more of them if need be. And they are expensive. Very, very expensive. But first, before we do that, we're going to recycle our stuff. Gotta think about the environment and all that, huh? Nah, mainly because it gives us stuff. Right here. No, I'm being a dumb. We will chuck one of the oxygen canisters and thermal canisters in here so we can make more of those. We can also put the reactor module in there as well. We're almost good for hunger, to be able to eat. Okay, we're gonna try picking this one up, just clean up the area real quick. Put that back, put it over here. There we go, we'll use those when we actually need them. We are also getting very tired. we are actually going to go to sleep, wake up, and then eat something. So let's do that. That'll also give it a little bit of time to research those things, and we'll be able to utilize those a little later. Also, we have weapons to explore in these lockers, and logs to cover too that we just picked up. So let's sleep first, get that out of the way. As you can see, queues are completing up there. We're gonna let this go for a little bit. Fatigue is now 0, and things have been researched. Yeah, mid-maxer may want it to be exactly 70 before we use it. Alrighty, weapons. We're gonna go and take them all. Take them all. Gonna go run over here real quick and get ready to research the ones we don't need. Now, let's cover these weapons really quickly. The shotgun flux, that was part of the core part, is this one. In fact, I'll show you guys that later when I actually have materials to show you. This is an assembled range weapon. This is a shotgun. It is a good weapon. We are going to use that. Which SMG? Okay, these ones are actually better, so we're gonna equip that one out. We got additional SMGs. We're actually gonna disassemble one really quickly. There are also the pistol G10. It's a pistol, but it essentially functions like a sniper rifle. These things are great. Very, very good. Knives, batons, standard. Okay, so we have that. We are going to go ahead and queue up some more research for those. To research that, we're going to research the barrel. That's the additional part. You need a heat sink, and you need a barrel, and you need the core component. The core component being what weapon you're actually going to make, and these being little modifiers. Each weapon can eventually overheat the more you shoot it, so the heat sink's useful. The barrel just increases like damage and critical chance and whatnot. I mean, the pistol can actually be extremely powerful given a very good barrel. My guy is getting hungry and he's letting me know, so he can have 1 can of roast beef. And to save on inventory space, we're going to throw the rest in here. We're going to take a single can of roast beef, and we're going to take a Vita D as well. These will be foodstuffs for the road, so, you know, if we do get hungry or thirsty out gathering elsewhere, we will not be helpless. Okay, that's that taken care of. Let's go and cover these logs before I forget, because I'm totally going to forget. Power console update. Let us get that one first. Alright, Dr. Can, I managed to figure this out. Using the data you got from Dr. Raskowitz, I came up with a user interface modification so that we can calculate the rate of infection from my glands. It's really simplified, but it'll get the job done. First off, we've managed to tap into each district's bioscanners. Thankfully, these subsystems that are directly powered by the generator, so we won't have to worry about keeping observed locations powered. Each district's infection level is calculated by density. The more there are, the higher the percentage. Once I figure out a better way to calculate the population, I'll patch it in, but for now, I just set a high threshold. If a district is above 80%, I'd steer clear of it. I don't even want to think about what 100% would look like. The next thing I've added to the UI is infection rate. Dr. Raskowitz, of all people, was right all along. Low oxygen levels and cold temperatures speed up the rate that this infection spreads. The infection rate readout will monitor temperature and oxygen levels and factor into that estimated rate of growth. Once you get those prototype filters and regulators, this system is prepared to measure the suppression effect and factor it into these calculations. I don't get any of this, Dr. Can. I mean, I punched in the data you gave me, but can you explain what's going on in a way I can friggin' understand? What's the correlation here? You know what? Screw it. I heard the evacuation announcement. It's just a matter of time before I'm allowed to get the hell out of here and forget about all of this. So I'd rather not know just how crappy this situation is. It'd be better to be oblivious to this if the situation is as bad as security claims it is. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. Unfortunately, doesn't look like you got out of this alive, probably. Who knows? I gotta take a dump now, 'cause I ate. There we go, all good. We're actually going to go take that soft drink over here. It is 30, and we're nearing 30 on the thirst as well. Second log, Martin. Martin? Martin! Keep this recording on you so you can remember what you need to do. You can do this! I know you couldn't find much at the Space Center, but don't lose hope. We have spacesuits, so I need you to avoid all the areas where life support is down. The central cluster still seems to be okay, so I want you to take the train there. Head over to the mine and try to gather up some supplies. You wouldn't believe the stuff they have in storage over there, and you might be able to find some food in the break room if it hasn't been raided already. Grab whatever you can find, then head back here so you can get out before those, whatever those were, get you. Please, for the love of God, don't get distracted. Do not run off to the plaza for choco pies or anything else. I'm counting on you, damn it. Get what you can from the mine, then head back here. Got it? No choco pies. That's an order. And don't forget that key card. It's the only way to open the Space Center's security door and the only way back in. We need to try and keep more of those things out. And this is the only way. Don't lose it. This is Captain Roger, signing off. Alrighty, logs such as these are going to be very useful in this game. They will tell us where we can find things. So, this Captain Roger sent an IO log to Martin. Martin lost it. And apparently, they don't have spacesuits, even though they're... I think it said they're over at the Space Center. I think they are. Martin was to head over to the mine, gather some supplies. He said do not run off to the plaza for choco pies. And apparently Martin has a key card to get into the Space Center security door. So it's locked, basically, is what I'm getting. There is that. Some things have finished being researched. We are going to go check out the things we can now build. Now the stuff has been researched and all that. No, we don't have any. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in here because we don't need that. We will be keeping an extra thermal canister and oxygen canister on us, just so we don't die in the middle of being in a place with no oxygen or thermals. We also, before we head out, we want to queue up an oxygen filter. It requires resveratrol. Sure, we'll go with that. It is processed from Mars Crepe over in the tooltip. That's why we need those. Similarly, the Thermal Regulator requires lycopene, which is from Mars Tomatoes. I don't know. Are those things done? They might be done. No, because I'm a fucking dumbass and I forgot to re-enable the damn systems before I went to sleep. Great, lovely. Well, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so they're not doing that, so we're not going to be able to... Okay, that could have gone better. But we can actually make an oxygen filter and a thermal regulator. We will be able to install those in the places that do not have those, say, like these 4 locations and pretty much everything else as well. We cannot do that right now, so we're going to have to make the most of our time by going out and just clearing it and looting it and whatever. We are going to head over to, I think, Herbert Research right now. Nickel ore just got completed. We'll break that down later. Canisters. Damn, am I lucky. On top of avoiding the infected, I have also been fortunate enough to not die from suffocation or hypothermia. That may change quickly if I'm not prepared. The power console indicated that oxygen filters and thermal regulators are offline for most of the colony, so I'm going to need to find some oxygen and thermal canisters if I'm going to access those areas safely. Once I find some, I can charge them using recharging stations. I should also try and fix the oxygen generators and thermal regulators whenever I can. Once I do, I'll be able to breathe or keep warm without the need for canisters. Yes, so as soon as I go into here, these things will start ticking down and I will be at risk. If they go down all the way, I am again dead. Alrighty, in this location, we are now on the clock. Herbert Research. I can't say it's good to be back, at least in these circumstances. Not that I'd be working here again if they let me out at some point. Man, it's so quiet. I don't see Agatha rambling in her office, nor do I see Merrick or Jonathan whispering to each other in the halls. Raskowitz isn't strutting around. Dr. Can isn't lounging in his regular seat by the bio research system. There's some shuffling echoing down the halls every so often. My mind's playing tricks on me, I think. There are a pair of advanced research systems on the north side of this facility. I should find out if they are still working. They will be extremely useful if they are. Our living quarters were in the southwest section of the facility. If I look there, maybe I can find some keycards to the other places connected to central control, or some clues to what's going on. It's the research department. Someone had to have noticed something. You'd think. Fair point. Eggheads typically figure this stuff out way sooner than everyone else, or at the very least notice something. Alrighty. Shotgun time. Ooh, and for good reason. We get to test this baby out now. Come here, buddy. Hi. Bye. He's now very, very dead. We will hold off on these things for now. That is not researchable, so we don't care about that. These things are currently being researched. Don't care. We will take those for the recycling components. I don't want these ones because they weigh a pretty decent amount. I heard door. Hear door? Door. Yeah. I'll show you guys what that is. I don't like those things. This is really bad. Typically, the safest way to clear one of these places is to just... Yeah, I know there's in the north. Clear out everything that's open first. Clear out the current area you're in, then start opening doors. We're going to start opening this one, particularly because of that thing. That thing, while not particularly dangerous, can open doors and let the infected out. Not good. Very not good. Very, very bad for my health. Anyone else see movement? I saw movement. There's no more movement now. Ooh, and there we go, another enemy type. These are ads. This thing cannot spawn them, but they follow it around and will attack you if it sees you. So, not fun. Shotgun, while extremely effective, consumes a lot of power per shot. Also, that red bar right there is the overheat. Fire too many times, it'll overheat, you'll drop the weapon, and you will no longer have the shotgun. Very, very not good. SMG time for this thing. Research systems. The Advanced Spectrum Analyzer Center. I spent a lot of time here when I was working on my research. There are two research systems here. One specialized for biological research, and one for technological research. Each research system makes use of a tiny network of nanomachines to break down in certain samples into blueprints that can be used to fabricate exact copies. It's an absolutely ingenious idea. I even borrowed some of the ideas behind its design for my own research. Since whatever I put in the machines here is lost when processed, I shouldn't put anything in that I currently need to survive, like an oxygen canister, unless I'm willing to wait until I can make a new one. Ooh. These systems are also networked to a think tank AI that specializes in improving designs. I should see if I can make improved equipment by scanning some of the things I found. Blueprints can also be fed into the machine manually, should I find any. It confuses the machine a little bit, but eventually the AI figures out it's supposed to be reading instructions rather than making an exact copy of those instructions. All of this data is uploaded to a database that the 3D printer and biocombiner in Nielsen Engineering can access. I can use the facilities to make copies of objects I've researched for the improvements the think tank AI has made. Well, let's see if I still know how to use this thing. We'll do that in just a bit. Right now we have a more immediate threat. This thing! Yeah, whatever. These things can actually shoot lots of acid, as you can see. So they actually have a ranged attack on them. Not particularly great, but not dangerous either. As you can see, I was missing a lot, and the thing with every gun is that they have basically a little bit of a spread. See where it says angle there, the fourth column down, 6 degrees? That's basically the arc of which it can fire. So these things are not particularly always pinpoint accuracy. So where you're shooting, you will not always shoot there. This one's actually the most accurate of them all. But see how it's like going all over the place? They will not always hit where exactly where you're shooting. So the closer you are, the more you can negate that, but typically it's better just to get a more accurate weapon. Yep, technology research systems right here. Facility upgrades, it's telling us about the upgrades, which are right here. Right here contains the level 1 research software. This can go up all the way to level 4, I think. Of course, better levels mean more stuff for us, and this is where you can actually change it out. We do not have any to replace it just yet, so the next level will be level 2. And once we get that, we would actually have to come here and then do it. By doing that, we will upgrade the facilities back at Central. Take food. And then, as you can see, is the items they're currently researching, which is nice, still touch. There we go, key card for the MPO biosphere. We can now get into that location back at its Central. Am I missing anything else? No, I don't believe so. A Silas, engineering subdoor. This looks like a key card for the shortcut leading from Herbert Research Center to Nilsson Engineering. So apparently, according to this, there is a shortcut in this area that leads over to Nilsson Engineering. Going to continue to loot. Another engineering subdoor. Might be multiple, so we'll take it. And there we go. That is cleared. We are going to continue. Oh, there we go. The engineering subdoor. And that must lead over to Nilsson Engineering. And there we go. Second subdoor. I'm going to start moving in here. Start looting the security station. Do I want that? No. Low yield, not worth a slot. Device charger. We want that. Not another side bag. Oop, there we go. More hacked key cards. We'll have a huge abundance of those at some point. More than what's actually necessary. Yeah, missed and hit one of the little ads. Yep. You see? Well, there you go. Example of the overheat. You see how they did a little circle that like radiated outwards? That was a critical hit. This gun has the highest chance of a critical shot, I believe, with 20%. What's this? 4%, and then this is a 4%. Yes, much higher chance than all the other ones. Basically, it just does more damage. And with this gun, you'll basically be relying on critical hits actually doing the damage. We're going to loot very quickly. Keep going. Gotta get really close to those guys with the shotgun, otherwise the spread will miss them. There we go. Taken care of. That's the thing. Decontamination pills. Awesome. We actually have space to start testing these things out. Well, me explaining them a bit more in depth and simply glancing over them. Haven't got hit yet, so the contamination level is 0, but as soon as I get hit, we'll start using those. MPO biosphere. Okay, production's complete on the ores, which is good. More medical supplies. We will take all the medical supplies we can get our hands on. There we go. Those energy infected creatures. There we go. Didn't drop anything that time. Get a little beep. Yep. That means one of these things are getting low. Basically a little reminder. Hey, you're getting close to dying. But we don't have to worry about that. here. We can drink some water here. There's a risk of contamination. We do not want to do this. Basically, it'll let you cure your thirst at the... fallen weight. 5 more slots, but fallen weight, can't hold this. Unfortunate, but oh well. Okay, it is now time to go back. No. We're simply just going to stop looting for now. Oh, I'm on the wrong gun. Fortunately, it was not a major issue. We're not going to loot anymore. We're going to quickly clear this place, see if there's any more important items that we should get before we leave this. And then when we come back, it'll just be the loot. Clear. And biosphere key card, we will take that. Ties, no. Low yield for fairly high weight. Smart glasses. Smart glasses. I want those. I want them. High yield for relatively low weight. What do I not care about? We do not care about. Hold up. Yes, you can sit in chairs. Not very useful as far as I can tell. I think it just gives them a small bonus to your standard regeneration. I do not care about the muscle max. It's got low weight. What do I not care about? Something that's high weight but low yield. Garbage disposal. Ugh. The pot. I want the plate too. There we go. There we go. That's where he kept looting. His key card and a phone call, apparently. Apparently, this is also my old room. We're not going to do that just yet. We're actually starting to get a little bit low on time to be here, so we're actually going to complete this very quickly. I guess this is my room. Okay, whatever. Got another audio lag. We'll do those when we're not currently dying of oxygen deprivation. We're also here to find specifically the temperature and oxygen regulators as well, so we can fix those. So we're on a time limit. That, of course, the infection level is increasing slowly but surely. We're constantly on a time limit here. Yeah, my thermals are getting low too. We will milk them for all they're worth, though. Yep. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Aha! A garbage room. Alright, so we are going to drop one up here. We're going to do garbage room. Apply that. Now we will know to immediately come to that room should we need any additional supplies. And trust me, we will. Agatha Baxter's office. Notice all the dead cats. Something of a cat lady, yeah. You don't say. Poor thing, all the cats didn't survive. We are probably going to find something useful here. Ooh, I want those high yield, low weight. More medical supplies, we'll take those for as long as my inventory can allow it. Engineering subdoor again. Bag is full. Phone call. Ooh, bag is full. Alright, we don't care about that. Ooh. We'll drop the garbage disposal. Take our phone call. We'll take the key card, and we're going to quickly change out the oxygen before I suffocate, because I was actually getting pretty low. Now, we have 3 more doors that we can still go to, so we're going to go quickly check those out. They should lead us eventually to the oxygen thermal regulators. It's a storage room of sorts. Fires, okay. Nothing. Oop, Purified water, that's a good find. Whatever, don't care then. I will survive. Ooh, okay. I should replace the regulator later. This right here is the thermal regulator. It is broken. We need to replace that with a functioning one. I want... Oh, we're actually full on slots entirely. Okay, cool. Cool stuff. Don't like leaving loot behind, but, well. Can't help it at this point. Can't help it. Move quickly, get the stuff mapped out as fast as possible. Fitness tracker, don't care. Getting a little bit low on time here. There we go. This is the oxygen filter. And of course, dead. One last door, and then we're going to go back to Central, recharge our supplies, and see what we can make. And recycle, of course, and loot some more. Free power. Wired, a broken oxygen filter. Another trash room. We're actually going to throw down another one of these. Amusingly enough, I can't do the exact same thing because it will screw it up. In the sense that it'll, like, it's weird, it'll actually overwrite the other one I set down. It's weird. Just know that you can't do the exact same name if you have multiple in this on the same level. Like, that should be everything. Yes, we're actually going to get out of here now. Oop, heavy breathing, stamina is low. And there we go. Oxygen, will, as you can see, will deplete faster than thermal as well. So, yeah, this is the mine. So we're going to use the biosphere card we found. We'll go in there later. Going to recycle a bunch of our stuff. Trust me, you will fly through resources in short order. So, the more you have, the better. What do we have? Researchable tech on that. 2 batons. Oh yeah, I was like carrying all this stuff with me. Whoopsies. Production, what is it? Pistol. We can actually fit like other things in here. Even though I never use the melee weapons, I do like having them being researched. I don't know, I just like having my options available to me. Even though I know I'll never use those options. We will go ahead and get rid of them all because I don't plan on ever running out of weaponry. We will go ahead and recycle this SMG. We will keep a second pair of every type of weapon on us, just in case one of ours gets close to breaking. This is very useful later on in the game when you encounter so many enemies that you're constantly shooting all the damn time. And yeah, your weapons just go kaput. We will destroy this heat sink as well. We will not need it. Break down the infected samples as well. No, not the thermal canister. We do Windroid. Windroid, I should be using this one more often than I do. A weak synthetic drug used by soldiers and security forces during conflicts. It allows users to move a little more swiftly without fatigue for a short amount of time. Effects, mobility plus, stamina infinite. Basically, run the fuck away from something. Very useful, I don't use it though. Although I really should. In fact, I'll actually start making a concerted effort to use it, as it will probably save my life. We'll keep the stun grenades on me. We will not... Okay, we're gonna go put some of these medical supplies away. Seeing... Yeah, they take up slots, and some of them are heavy, the medical kits. We will actually put the medical kits in here. They're heavy, they don't give a lot of health. They're just taking up space at this point. We will also flip the stack real quick. That's a shift left click in case you guys were wondering. Put it over here, and we'll keep one on our person. We'll do the same thing with the bandage as well. I like having those on in case I do sustain like a broken leg or something in the middle of the mission, or sustain bleeding so I can quickly heal that. Otherwise, I'll be in really big trouble. We are still fine on hunger and thirst. In that case, we're going to throw those in there, and we are going to throw 3 of those in here. So we got a bit of food, thirst. Yeah, we're good for a little bit. Fatigue's starting to get up there again, so let's go to sleep again. We are going to go ahead and refill the oxygen canister and thermal canisters. Yes, I know, thermal canisters. We're using those. Oxygen canisters. I know about those too. Get the oxygen canister we were using filled up completely. There we go. We're charged, ready to go out again. Weapon conditions are still above 50%, so that's good. We actually want to refine the stuff that's been processed here, so this will make it into resveratrol and lycopene, so we can actually build the filters. We'll also refine the ores, so we can actually use the materials. We will go ahead and queue up another 10 on each of them, so those will do their thing while we're gone for a couple of hours. And there we go, those are queued up. Do we have anything else to research? Yes, we do. We do have the bandage and narrowcasting kit. We will use those and go and pick up an extra spare that we got rid of. We'll also do the electric stun grenade. Are the beacons researchable? They are, so in that case, we'll go ahead and use the beacon real quick. Go and queue up that research, and we will go pick up the bandage and nanocasting unit in the medical kit. Again, we're going to split it into only one. Oh, no, we don't actually want the medical kit. We want these. There we go. Pistol G10 just got completed. Awesome. Let us see if we can't queue up a few things to be manufactured. The G10-2 is now ready for research. What is currently... Okay, so we do have the SMG in there. That's good. That's very good. We will go ahead... Heatsink and barrels have not been researched yet. That's unfortunate. The Mark II suit is ready for manufacturing though. We will queue that up right now. As you can see, you can determine how much you want and what it will cost. This is how much we have total. This is from all the recycling of these different components. And this is how much it will cost. So, pretty expensive. And as you start producing things in bulk, it will start adding up. So, loot all that you possibly can. We will also get... We cannot get this. This also requires level 2 manufacturing software. We cannot build this, which is highly unfortunate. We will also, unfortunately for me, be researching the flashlight for now. So back to the glow stick for right now. Don't want to do this, but oh well. So that's going to do that. Facilities are fine. We can, of course, manufacture more of the components. However, osseous extract for the metal composites. The only way to get this is from, surely, the infected. It also needs palladium as well. It also needs glass fiber to produce it. And it's at a pretty poor ratio. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. 4 glass fiber for 1 metal composite. The electronic resin needs metal composites, also a 4-to-1 ratio, and blood extract. This is going to be difficult to get a hold of. Glass fiber, again, 4-to-1 ratio, electronic resin to glass fiber, and these tissue extracts as well. So you're ultimately operating off of limited resources. You cannot infinitely produce anything you want. You have limited resources. That's it. We also will see if we can't... Okay, so we can make them, but we don't have supplies yet. The resveratrol just got done. That's almost there. We have 8 because I think we disassembled shampoo, which contains like trace amounts of it. Not enough to actually make one, be useful, but it does have trace amounts of it. This also requires level 2 softwares, yeah, so we can't use those. But we do have a research, so once we get level 2 manufacturing software, we will be able to craft those, which will be nice. Muscle max, nothing. This is 30 minutes. We're gonna go take a nappy, and when we wake up, we'll go ahead and manage that a little bit, queue up a couple more things, and then we're gonna head over to Nielsen Engineering. Nappy time. There we go. Refinement's complete. Nickel ore. I do not want to wake back up, because if I wake back up, I can't immediately go back to sleep. A little bit of a timer right here. Reduce stamina cost. This thing prevents you from going back to sleep. And you will get this even if you haven't reduced your fatigue all the way down to 0. Basically just pops when you wake back up. We're going to process the grapes real quick. It's the second batch that's come in. We're also going to manufacture the thermal regulator. We're also going to manufacture an additional oxygen and another thermal regulator for the next time we go out somewhere. This thing, we cannot make the next backpack, we need a level 2, unfortunate, but oh well. We will go ahead and manufacture the next guns for the pistol and the shotgun. Get those queued up, hopefully I can go research those immediately. Gonna refine the ore. I think we are good. What do we have? We have a bunch of different keycards we don't actually need. For example, the biosphere, we already opened that up, so we'll go and throw them in here. We'll take the power pack, just have a third one on us. I find that you can never have enough power. We will keep that on our person, we'll keep the miscellaneous on our person as well. We will actually throw this in here, and we're going to do logs. Jonathan's phone call. If I didn't actually throw it on the ground like a dumbass. There we go. Alright. Is the blueprint of the prototype secure? Yeah, I got hold of it. I've stowed it in my private lab at the Carson Hotel. I've patched my door security flaw. Those hacked keycards floating around won't work on it. Only our keycards will work. I guarantee it. Okay, good. We can't screw this up. I want to be absolutely sure it doesn't get recovered. Sheridan would have our asses if anyone knows about this. If someone found the damn thing, we'd be injected into space. We're leaving. ASAP. They've announced an evacuation. Some sort of outbreak of some shit. Don't get distracted by it. This blueprint is the only copy. We need to wipe the research database before we leave. They don't want anything left if Earth gets involved before the situation is resolved. We need to pick it up before we evacuate. Alright, understood. I'll head out and pick it up now. Remember, Jonathan, don't bother showing up if you don't have the blueprint. None of us are going anywhere without it. And delete your call logs this time, damn it. Fortunately for us, he did not delete his call logs, so we now know that Jonathan and who is this? Merrick? Yeah, have wiped the research database, and they have Jonathan has a private lab at Carson Hotel, and only his keycard will work. So, and that we know they have a prototype, a blueprint of a prototype, anyways. So there's some loot to be had at Carson Hotel. That's useful information. West's research now. You'll never guess what I snagged off Dr. West, pal. I consider myself a connoisseur of good science. You have to be if you're in my line of work. Now that I've got my hands on something interesting, the real work for us is about to begin. This nano machine design is going to make me rich. I just gotta find a buyer. He never named it though. I'm going to call it Minerva. Even the name sounds expensive, right? Maybe it'll make it easier for us to sell it since it sounds like some sort of designer bullshit. I think I may be able to find a buyer right under my nose though. If he buys, I'm getting a 90% cut this time. Got it? Ha, poor Dr. West. I wonder what would have happened if he didn't have his little accident. I bet his wife is a vegetable by now. And this is Dr. West. Raskowitz. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. How could my research even be of use to him? Who would want an unfinished product for a disease only one person has? I wonder who he's planning on selling it to. So, sounds like Raskowitz set us up, got us in jail, and stole our shit. I don't like this dude now. He took my stuff, and I don't like that. I like my stuff. Baxter's phone call. I need that research data chip back. I know you're a competent researcher, nobody's questioning that, but some of your more questionable methods have been getting out of hand lately. I need it back. I'm asking just this once. No, my methods are none of your business. I'm afraid they are. That's how this relationship works. Your liability, Agatha. Too bad. It's not even here, Baldy. The chip is with my sweet baby Mittens. I left it with my little Mittens because she never trusts anyone. She's such a good kitty cat. She's such a cutie, the way she pops in and out of vents like a little meerkat. My itty bitty kitty mole. I told Mittens to never lose it, so I know she's going to do a good job. She'll hide it far away from your gross face, and you'll never find her. I guess it would be unsettling for you to hear that I already know that Fleabag is somewhere in Viking Square, and that I have a new violin that needs to be stringed. You wouldn't dare. Okay, so this tells us that... What is this? What'd you say? A research data chip. Useful, very useful. And it is with her cat in Viking Square, probably an event. Yay! Alrighty, so we got several places that we've basically been tipped off we can go. Carson Hotel and the Viking Square. One to get a prototype, the other one to get a research data chip. Probably for Herbert research, so it'd probably give us level 2 researching capability. So we haven't encountered we haven't encountered any problems with that yet, since we can research everything that we've been able to toss in here. But eventually, higher designs, particularly that are made from level 2 manufacturing, cannot be researched with level 1 research chip. So it's useful, but we have no immediate need for it since we can research everything we currently have. If we had tier 2 items, say for example, we got the engineering chip to make level 2 items, then we would need it. Right now, we don't really need it, so it's not a high priority. Eventually we will though. Production is just completed on several items, it seems. Awesome. They will be down here with... Awesome! A lot of things are getting done. Production output, don't know if you can see that. This is also where the material storage is from all the stuff we broke down via recycling and producing ores and all that. We will go ahead and take an oxygen filter and thermal regulator on our person so we can stuff those into Nielsen Engineering when we get down there. We will take the Marks 2 suit. We will take this as well. We'll leave that here. Do we want to leave that? No. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to use this and we're going to queue up the next level of research for that. We're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go ahead and queue up another one. The thing is that when this one gets done, we're also going to queue that up for research so we can make the next level. We're also going to queue up the suit and the new gun part. First the suit, it's actually getting quite full. Okay, those will keep going. They'll keep going until eventually they hit the point where level 2 is required. Then we can't do that anymore. But we'll keep going and won't focus on the upgrades until we do that because it'll just be very resource intensive if we don't. We'll take that real quick. We're gonna put it in here, get that research started. We are good on everything, and now we are going to go over to Nielsen Engineering, get that squared away. I think they're charged. I did that, right? I don't remember. I did that. That opened. Although, I think this one's like sensor. Okay, Nielsen Engineering. Nielsen was one of the very first facilities built here on Mars. It's older than any other facility or district on Mars, including central control. Almost everything on Mars is manufactured here now, including pharmaceuticals and clothing. 3D printing technology was the only feasible way to found a colony on Mars. The logistics issues alone would have halted MPO's development, as replacement parts would have to be shipped out from Earth. Material shortages were also a problem on Mars back then, so the engineering bay has the facilities to recycle and refine just about anything. This will definitely come in handy now that the colony's fallen apart. These days, Nielsen Engineering relies on the blueprint database at Herbert Research in order to print out objects. Thankfully, Nielsen's systems will cache blueprint data, so I won't lose access to blueprints if Herbert loses power. I know the guys at Nielsen had a close relationship with Bigelow Mining Company, so maybe I can find a key card to the mine if I dig around. Okay, so what that tells us here is that there's probably a key card to the mine around here. Useful. That's the only... We got one of those. Oh, it's just this thing. One of those little electricity bastards opened the doors on me again. Letting the monsters come through. Dead. There we go. That's the main area. We're gonna go skirt around the outskirts real quick first and murderize this thing nearby. Ooh. Doing fine. Doing fine. Got it. And those ones die once the host dies as well. Or spawner thing, or whatever you want to call it. That's sensor related as well. This right here, we're going to loot this in its entirety at some point. We're going to clear it out real quick, and then we're going to drop a beacon over here. Oh, wrong gun. That can have some potentially devastating consequences. There's also a tram, but we cannot use this one here. Unfortunate, but oh well. We will loot later. Our main focus here is clearing out the location and gathering any quest-related items first. So we're going to go and drop that. We're going to label this as a huge trash room, apply the data, and leave. So now if we look on the map, we will be able to know that, hey, there's loot to be had here. Another trash room. This is Nielsen Engineering. Yes, it is. Right here is the engineering software as well. One for bio and one for... Yes, I know the craft, thank you. One for the printing system and one for the bio combined system. We're going to also drop another one here. I'll just say trash room for this. We're still gonna keep skirting around the outskirts for now. Actually, I think that was the last of it. Alright, we're moving into the main system now. The part that actually matters. Sangjun Bay. After making a fortune on the lucrative lunar bases, Nielsen Engineering partnered with Jeff Murray to make parts for the fledgling MPO. They set up shop immediately, even before central control was established. Assigned to head of MPO division of Nielsen was Sangjun Bay, a retired dentist and partial heir to the Nielsen fortune. Sangjun Bay worked very closely with the Bigelow Mining Company, a relationship that was established in the early days of MPO. Bigelow's excavator burned through parts on a daily basis, and Bay was happy to be the only supplier on the planet. As MPO expanded, Nielsen Engineering did as well. Its capabilities are now able to accommodate all of the colony's needs, including manufacturing weapons for Mars security or shuttle parts for Murray Space Center. There was a constant problem in keeping up with demand with this expansion, though, and Bay became obsessed with improving workplace efficiency. A lot of Nielsen's employees didn't care for Bay's methods. Okay, then. Sounds like a questionable leader. What are these? Refine. Okay, so these are refining systems, I think. Yeah, while we're here, we'll go ahead and queue up these things to be refined. I just shot. Queue that up. These allow us also mine and grow stuff. We're gonna go and queue up another 10 of the grapes. We're also going to, we'll queue up another round. I like doing them in short increments. I used to do them in like just big bulks, but then it takes forever to get the stuff you actually need, so you're like waiting for this big bulk order to get completed. Not great. So now we have little bits of stuff so we can use it as needed. There we go, MPO mine. A nozzle, we'll take that. Alright, next order of business is to find the oxygen filter and thermal regulator, so you don't have to rely on these things anymore. The research sub-door. Okay, there must be a new key card around here then. Maybe one of these rooms. Oh, okay, we found the oxygen filter. That's nice. Oxygen canisters as well, and a beacon. Put this over here, save a little bit of space. We're actually full on that as well. Lovely. Okay, so we'll drop these because they're really, really heavy. Instead, we will pick up that, and we'll drop an oxygen filter in here. Awesome stuff. Now this thing has oxygen. Won't have to rely on that anymore. And here's the thermal regulator as well, conveniently right next to each other. Alright, can't go that way yet. A bathroom, lovely. Is this a thing? No, it's not a thing. Another hacked key card. Alrighty. Ah, just out of range. Come on, hit it. Thank you. Dang it, they aggroed. Alright, there we go. Pushing. All fine over here. Another MPO mine card. We'll take it. We'll take shampoo as well. Take some extra foodstuffs. Doing fine. Got a large towel. I know. Alrighty. So it looks like these are dormitories. So I guess they slept on site. Like in engineering itself. Kinda sucks actually for a work environment, but oh well. A lot of rooms. Chances of there's something in here is pretty great. And they'll have a great opportunity to ambush me as soon as I open the door. Although, I do have a shotgun, so if they do that, it would be fun for them. So we found bathrooms. Oh yeah, bathrooms. Class A key card. Class B as well. Yeah, very plentiful. Another Class B. Shampoo. Clear. Alrighty, there we go. This little section's done. Let's go up here. Oh, to this area we neglected. There we go. These little things. Awesome. He was alone too, which is good. Rod tree scraps, we don't care. We will take these. Looks like that's it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more containers in this room. Kitchen. Alright, weight's an issue right now. Items aren't, so we're going to be taking low weight items. Cutting boards, heavy, and for particularly low yield. We'll take this, it's contaminated, but we already have some decon pills back at base. We'll take that, that's really low yield as well. Oof. We'll take this cloth. Nope, we do not want the tap water. No need garnering the infection unless I can avoid it. In fact, do we have anything? It's a 50, so we'll wait. Whoa! There we go. Okay, wasn't paying attention. We got another one down here. Can I hit him? Yeah, I can. There we go. They're dead. Mess up. Clear out the room prematurely, real quick. A lot of blood. Another decon pill. We'll be taking those. We will be taking this. We do not have a sample of that. The Marbasari. This is what I used when I was only operating off the glow stick for the longest time. Basically, it detects enemies around you. It's great, especially dark areas where you can't actually see the enemy. You're like, oh, well, there's so and so many enemies on the other side of this door, so you can prepare. We want that, low weight. We also want that. We will leave the muscle max. I don't care about it. We'll take that. Oof. Ooh, those are heavy. They're high yield. Can I drop anything for those? What do I have here? Body lotion? Yeah, screw that. Not worth it. We'll also be dropping this here, and we'll be naming this as medical supplies. If I could spell. Alright, so now I know there's medical supplies I can loot in here. I don't think there's going to be anything of interest in here, but we're going to check all the same, because who knows, there might be something good. Ah, these things are high weight. Yeah, all the weight. Whatever. Clear down there. 3, 2, 1, breach. Go. And I will be saving Masari for later. You will see why. Is there an MPO minecart? We'll take that. We'll take that too. Yeah. No, wait. No! That can't be perfect. We will drop these things. These things are heavy and they don't have much yield. Alright, looks like we're almost done with this area. Okay. Just random plants in those side halls. Gotcha. More body lotion, don't care. Low yield. Suitcase, underwear. I will actually take the underwear. Hangers I will take, not that though. Oh, memo. Improvements. Oh, the research subdoor. We'll actually use that. We'll take both of those. We have around 80 more. I think we can take that tennis racket. Yeah, we're going to take that, because why not? We're going to quickly go over to that subdoor now. Yep, that's the only thing that remains. You've also probably have noticed that the oxygen and temperature are not going, thermal are not going down. Just because, of course, we turned them back on, which is nice. We don't no longer die as long as this place has power. If it does not have power, those will not work, and we will die again. Cool. We're going to go through this real quick, make sure we didn't miss anything of interest down in this passage. Oh, no. Okay, cool. See that? That's an egg. Well, sac or whatever. Infected things will spawn from these, and you can also just destroy them for easy loot, as such, right there. I do not have oxygen filter or thermal regulator, so I cannot plug those in here. Unfortunate, but oh well. Alright, we're going to use that key card just to get it out of the way. We're going to go recycle real quick. Almost ready for drinking time. Recycle all our stuff. More stuff. Very nice haul, very nice. There we go. Awesome, awesome. Recycle this stuff now. We're gonna go start researching the Marmasari and the decon pills. No, better start researching those. Lovely. Thirst is almost ready. Oh, there we go. It is now ready. We will drink one of the Vita-D. We will start throwing in that. Throw in that. We'll throw in 2 of those. And we'll throw in 2 of those. We'll keep the rest of them on us. And we will read the memo improvements. Hello, my beloved employees. I've been making improvements to the workplace. I just got all these decorative plants from the hotel. Aren't they beautiful? They smell a little bad, but I think they just need to air out. I read an ebook over the weekend. It said that plants in the workplace can reduce employee stress by up to 20%. Soon you will all be 20% less stressed. You're welcome. It also recommends a daily cardiovascular exercise routine to prevent depression. So, starting Monday, we'll be doing a mandatory workout every morning. Your mental health is my #1 concern. Also, I'm taking out the vending machines and halting the complimentary beverage program. Snack foods and sodas are going to hurt your bodies. It's difficult to work when your body is in poor shape. I care about your health. With these workplace improvements, employees should easily be able to work an additional 15 hours each week. More hours for my beloved employees. Am I a great boss or what? Oh, and I need 2 volunteers to give up their weekend to carry your plants over from Carson Hotel. Unfortunately, it's against regulations to compensate volunteer work though. I hope you'll understand. If volunteers don't come forward, I'll be forced to dock everyone's pay so I can hire movers. Sorry about that. I also need one of you to bring back the data chip. So come by the penthouse before you move the plants. Don't bother me after that though. I don't like to stress out for no reason. Thanks, Sang Jun Bei. Holy hell, that guy's an asshole. Holy crap, 15 extra hours a week just for that, and then oh my god, that guy's horrible. And I got a whiz too, great. Dang, that guy sucks. They also told us that the Carson Hotel probably also has the engineering data chip. So I think we'll actually go there, just so we can make tier 2 stuff. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Gonna go take a piss real quick. And I'm actually gonna wrap up the stream at that. It's a little over time, but that's fine, just wrapping things up. In the next one, we will definitely hit up the biosphere and the mine, and we will probably go to Carson Hotel as first order of business unless new information comes from those locations. I hope everyone's enjoyed watching this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, hopefully. Take care.